What's up, everybody? Here's your Game Sense homework for week 1 of the fall 2023 after school sessions. Today's homework is going to be watching the first period of the Florida Panthers Colorado Avalanche game. The link to that is going to be a little bit further along in the video. And you're going to pick out all of the situations where you see crossovers with stick handling and all of the situations where you see crossovers with rolling. So just write crossovers and stick handling and crossovers with rolling there on your page, and then you're going to see that I have the times for each, and you're gonna go through, and when you see it, 19 minutes 48 seconds, 17 minutes 12 seconds, whatever, you're gonna write it across. So if that's enough for you, scroll ahead, get the URL, and then right after that I'm going to have my commentary right at the end of this video, my answer key, my commentary, and you can compare and see how you did. If you need a little bit more explanation than that, then listen to this part. So the crossovers with stick handling and the crossovers with rolling, this is probably a good time to show you here on the Speed U. If I go under Skills Tutorials and then down to Speed with the Puck chapter, you're going to see all the different speed with the puck elements. There's crossovers with stick handling, there's crossovers with rolling. But up here you've got a summary video that takes you through all of those different ones. So I can scroll ahead to here, and it's going to show you strides with one hand, then strides with two hands, okay, and then 2 to 1. So it goes through a very quick just demo of each one if you need to see. Right, there's strides on the back end. Now here's what we want: crossovers with stick handling. You can see head is up and the puck is coordinated stick handling back and forth, and then the opposite one, crossovers with rolling. The puck's out to the side, the body's inside protecting, and we're rolling it rather than stick handling. So we're looking in the video for the differentiation of those two. Okay, again, these are all those things, and if you were to click into each one, takes you to the page for it, has the full tutorial and explanation, but then down here you're going to see the NHL example. So if you need more explanation, you can go through here, check that out. It's going to be its own video with all different examples of crossovers and stick handling. Okay, so check out some of that information if you need more. The URL is coming up, and then right after that's going to be my answer key. Good luck, guys. All right, so here we go. You're going to see here the results that I got in the tally table. So I've highlighted in yellow the two columns, the crossover stick handling and the crossovers rolling. You'll see that I did the entire chart, not just the crossover ones. One hand stride, two hand stride, 2 to 1. These are all the sections for the speed with the puck. And if you want to go back and redo this and look at those other elements, like we'll be covering, these different skills and during different weeks. But just the two that I had you guys focusing on are highlighted right here in yellow. There's a few things I think that are important to note. So right off the bat, you get a lot of information when you're watching full games and charting and picking things out that you don't necessarily get when you're watching just highlights, just goals, just dangles, etc. Like, for example, these plays, you wouldn't see them necessarily because they didn't lead to goals. You wouldn't even see the majority of them. You wouldn't see things, for example, like where on the ice they're used and where they're repetitively used. And learning like the applications that aren't just like how to score. So for example, one of them too is like the frequencies. So here you can see crossover rolling occurred 6 times, and crossover stick handling occurred 6, 12, and kind of like 2.5 times as much. So I think that's important to note. Now, this game's not going to represent every single game, but these ratios are actually pretty consistent from what I've seen doing this on different games, is that crossover stick handling happens 2 to 3 times as much as crossovers rolling, which is super interesting given that coaches often tell players always come up to me. In fact, this week, even at a session, a couple players said, yeah, my coach always tells me not to stick handle. Why would I stick handle? I have more chance of losing it. I'm overhandling it. I'm maybe not going to be as fast. And I say, sure, that might be true at 10 years old. But you need to practice it and learn it because it is the more dominant skill. Stick handling the puck while you're crossing is the more dominant skill when you're scanning the ice, going through the neutral zone. And the reason is because if you practice enough, you will be just as fast as you are rolling, or marginally slower if you are slower, but you're going to be more deceptive with any one of your moves. Any move that you want to make, if you're crossing and stick handling and you want to pull it out wide, or you want to pull it across, make a pass against the grain, or even just make a pass the way you're going, the stick handling hides when that play comes, because it comes as a part of touching the puck both sides. If you're just rolling it and then you go to make your play, it gives it away a little bit more, the switch between not stick handling it and then doing something. So things like the frequency of occurrence, and even if you look at the whole chart, you'll see that the striding with two hands occurs the most out of all of these things. You'll see that doing a mohawk with rolling happens much less than a mohawk with stick handling. And just mohawks in general happen a lot less than crossovers, but that is, of course, when we have possession of the puck. If you were to look at this when you don't have possession of the puck, more as an agility section, that would be different. Anyways, I'm not going to go through every single one and give commentary. I'm going to go through the first few, say a few of my comments, but you've got the chart right here. Compare it to yours, and go through and look at each one and see if you can see, see it happening and where is it happening, and notice trends and stuff like that. So I'm going to go right away to 1920 and 1924, which is the first one of each. Okay, so you're going to see number 11 here for Florida. He's on the right wing. He's going to take that chip pass. He's going to pick it up, and he's going to cross left over right, rolling the puck. Okay, tries to look for a decision, and then he actually gets back checked and tied up. Okay, one more time. So this is a crossover rolling into the middle. All right. Let's go to the next one, which comes right after, okay? So the player number 6 that picks up the puck on the turnover, he's going to do a cross stick handle to his right there. Then he does another cross back and chips the pass out to the back. One more time, the cross stick handle coming right here, and then the other way and chip. And so I'm actually going to make a comment that I think number 6 did well what number 11 on the other team on this one didn't do well. I think here 11 should be crossing and stick handling. Maybe he does the same cross that he did there, and then another cross to the opposite side before he's going to see, do I have a pass available now? He does have the left guy. Maybe the right guy by that time is open. But the crossovers and the stick handling would actually allow him to keep his feet moving, make the D not realize what he's about to do, and then he can make a play. Where here, he does maybe what a lot of coaches say, don't overhandle it, just kind of be calm with it, and he ends up not able to make the choice quick enough for when the back checker comes on. This is, I'm going right, I'm going left, send it out, and you're able to lead the rush at speed and make the play. Okay, we're going to move ahead. 1701 and 1651. As I'm scrolling forward, I think it is important to point out that there are, these are not going to occur exactly perfect the way that I've described them, in the tutorials. There's some that are kind of like half and halves, or some where the puck might not be as protected. It's a little more in front. We can't get too caught up with the exacts. The splitting things into categories and describing them is made to really try to compartmentalize and organize things for kids who work very good with black and white. But things do occur as mixtures, and there's no point in kind of arguing over that. We just say, yeah, it's kind of a bit of each, and sometimes it does occur as a bit of each. Okay, here's your next crossover stick handling play. You're going to see the Florida player 27 picks it up. It's very quick, very subtle. He's going to do one cross with a stick handle right there. Then he actually does a mohawk stick handle before dropping the puck. Okay, so it just happens right here, little cross stick handle. Okay, and again, important to note, this pass gives a lot of time and space to the shooter, 94. Good Speed U boy, Ryan Lomberg, actually is a member of Speed U and a student. Misses the net there, but it was tipped. You're going to see it, so we can't blame him. But what I want to point out is how much time and space he gets. If the left winger here just carries the puck down and drops the pass without any kind of fake or any kind of deception, number 8's going to be really good at waiting for it and then kind of lunging into it and giving him no time and having a better block even than this. But what you're going to see, watch how 8, after the mohawk, when the puck gets kind of loaded on the left foot, watch how his stick starts to move downwards right there. and actually opens up quite a bit of room for the shooter. Okay, so here you can see, I'm going to play it a few times, you can see Makar's stick is going to reach downwards because he's afraid of the shot, or he's afraid of the low seam kind of cut-in drive. And he does a great job of reaching back and getting a stick in the lane. But if you look at the separation right around here, that's a pretty good amount of time and space for the shooter. Kind of a little bit of bad luck that it just went right into where the stick was. But he does have lanes where he can get that off. And Makar's pretty far back compared to where he could be if this little move wasn't made. Okay, so a good example of why the stick handling is actually important. Whether it's with a cross, that one was with a mohawk, but that one was layered. Remember, it was layered. It's almost like a nice combination drill to be like, you have to be able to do these pieces together. Do the stick handle, take a look. Do the mohawk, take a look on your off leg, then drop the puck and create time and space. The other crossover rolling was just before that. I think we missed it. Or just after. Oh baby, 16:51. Oh, it's another cross stick handle. There it is there. It's 9-6 here. Picks it up. Cross stick handle. Right? And he simply, the reason he's using it here is he's got a 3-on-2. He's kind of wide on the wall. Realizes that he might be shooting based on where this D is. You know, the D is kind of covering my other guy. I might end up having to shoot. I better get in towards the dot, so if I do have to shoot, I'm in a better spot than right on the wall. But uses the cross stick handle to stay ready, because maybe he gets attacked. Okay, good play by the D-man there. But again, these things sometimes happen. Just one quick cross. I'm going to make one last point as all those cross stick handles happened just once. There wasn't, I mean, this is just the first four in one example of a game, but it wasn't one way, one the other way, going up the ice. And often when you're doing end-to-end drills, okay, your coaches get you to like do some goal line to goal line drills with the puck. A lot of players stink right at the beginning from goal to hash marks or goal to top of the circle or goal to blue. And then they kind of get their rhythm, and the rest of the drill they end up doing well once they figure out the coordination. Or maybe they even cheat and skate up to the blue before or hash marks or something before they even start the drill. This is a big mistake. Often these skills that we try to teach, we get you to go the whole length of the ice doing them because we want as many reps as possible to train your body to kind of get into the coordination of it. But really how they'll happen often in a game is you grab the puck and you have to just do a very quick, like, one cross stick handle, boom. And so sometimes I say, and I do believe that from the goal line to the hash marks is the most important part of those long ways drills. Can you start that drill right off the bat? Don't take extra strides to get momentum. Don't wait to get your coordination. Can you start that drill? Bang! Right away, immediately. That's going to give you your best training effect. Okay, as we wrap up here, I want to just show one more thing. Okay, I just want to point out one last thing here as we wrap up. If you are a member of Speed U, and that's probably how you came to this Game Sense homework video in the first place, if you go onto the homepage and you go Skills Tutorials and Speed with the Puck, and you go down to the crossovers and stick handling section, or any of the sections, but crossover stick handling is what we're talking about, and crossovers rolling. Every page has the tutorial video, the NHL example video, and then of course related drills underneath. But this NHL example video is a good place to go as you're doing these Game Sense homeworks too, because we've hand-picked a bunch of examples, all that have crossovers and stick handling in them. Right? So, crossovers and stick handling to attack the middle of the D. Crossovers and stick handling to attack the middle, another one the other way, two the other way before the dish. Crossovers and stick handling before the scoot over roll. Okay, all the tutorials have these videos, and it's a good idea to check these out either before you do the Game Sense homework or after you're done it and you want to see even more examples. Those are all sitting there for you at your disposal. So guys, I hope you got value out of this. I think these are really, really important, as I mentioned many times, to see things that aren't just highlights, aren't just goals. Watch real games, pick things out, instead of just watching as like a fan. You're watching as a student. I hope you got some value out of this, and we will see you next week.